Can decluttering really help with stress and overeating? Yes, and here's why. Welcome back to the Feel Light Mind and Body podcast, episode 127. If you're a woman who does a great job at showing up for others at work, home, and in the community, yet you're noticing that your needs, your desires are moving down on your to-do list, then you're here for a reason. I'm Clarenda Price from Clarenda's Empowerment Coaching, and I'm so glad you're here. One of the main roles I play as a life and weight loss coach is helping women prioritize their health again. Today, let's talk about something that might not show up on your meal plan or your step tracker. However, it still has a powerful impact on your health and peace of mind. What is it? Clutter. It might seem unrelated to your health goals, but trust me, it is connected. Yeah, that pile of paper, messy drawers, room that you want to keep the door closed most of the time, it all adds up. It all has an impact on our health, more so than what we expect. It might not seem like a big deal, out of sight, out of mind, but it's constantly sending signals to your brain, and they're not calming ones. Here's a simplified explanation of what's happening on a physiological level. Our environment plays a direct role in how our nervous system responds. When we're surrounded by mess or visual overload, our brain interprets that as unfinished business. And that unfinished business triggers the stress hormone, cortisol. And when your cortisol is high, your body goes into a kind of a low-grade survival mode. That's when you notice your sleep isn't as deep, you may be more reactive or irritable, experience brain fog, and you keep reaching for sugar, snacks, screens, something to feel different, to feel better than that stress state. And if you've ever tried to make empowered choices from that state, you know how hard it is. That's why decluttering isn't just a home project. That's why I'm talking about it today. It's nervous system support, stress reduction, and really health care. And the best part is, it doesn't require hours of our time, and it doesn't involve a full day of cleaning. I don't know about you, but I don't have time to take hours to do this right now in this phase of my life. Last week, I cleaned out 5 things. You know how sometimes you get in that mood, and it felt good. And then a few weeks prior to that, I'd reached for something in I call it my pantry. It's really just my shelves that you can see in the background there. But I noticed it was expired. I'm like, wait a minute. I've had that since I moved into this house in 2016. I know it's kind of embarrassing, but that's real, right? Then I started checking other things, and even the flour that I meant to put it in glassware, but it was in a plastic bag from Bulk Barn. I'm like, no, that's got to go as well. I'm not even going to check to see if it's rancid. I know it is. So that felt good as well. And it got me thinking, what if I got a group together? What if I invited other women to join me? Because I need the accountability as well. I know I always show up for the community when we have that time together, and it's more enjoyable. But I knew it had to be reasonable. It had to be doable for me. And if you're someone who resonates with this podcast, you are probably someone who has a lot on the go, loves to help others, and this is something that just keeps falling down on that priority list. As we get older, and I like to think wiser, our priorities change. And I don't need for things to be picture perfect. But I do know that I thrive in a clean space. I thrive in a organized space. I always say I'm a wannabe organizer. So it does not have to be picture perfect, because that probably wouldn't be me doing it. But if I can bring more of a sense of order, if I can let some things go out the door, it can't help but have a calming effect. I want my space to be cleaner, more open, relaxing, and calm. Those are the words that come to mind for me. I'd love to hear what you think. Like, what is it when you think of decluttering? What's a feeling you're going to have? Whatever it is, I'm inviting you to join us. And yes, there are women who've already signed up. This is Sunday. I'm recording this. You'll be listening to this on Tuesday. And I created an event yesterday on Facebook, just inviting anyone who wants to join. You can invite anyone. It's free. It's going to start on the 20th. It goes until May 31st, and this is 2025, in case it's a year from now and you're listening to this. So as long as the link that I put in the show notes works, you're welcome to join. Even if you get the last 3 days, that may be just what you need to tap into the energy and motivation to keep moving forward. And here's the simple idea. Simply choose 5 things, or maybe it's spend 5 minutes cleaning something out, throwing it away, giving it away, selling it, anything that's going to create more space. Do this for 5 days out of the week, because we may have days that we don't have a chance to do it, and you're on. If you choose to do more, bonus, awesome. If you only get a chance to do it 1 or 2 days, still better than none. There's no judgment. We're just here to support each other, motivate each other, and I'm really hoping I will stick to it, but there's no guarantee. But I know I will do more than if I do nothing. We're so conditioned to have all of these rules, and I've already have a few messages from women saying, well, what do I have to do? You don't have to do anything. I'm just inviting you to join us, get into that energy, and whether it's 5 holy undergarments that you're like, you know what, I can let these go. I want to look and feel better than that. I'm going to let that go. Whether it is 5 makeup products that you're thinking, I've had them around for a long, long time. I know my gym area, I need to reorganize that by just getting things that were my winter ornaments, not my Christmas, my winter ornaments. I need to get them back in underneath the stairwell in the right totes. And that's going to take a few minutes because I need to bring some out and put it back in. I always say every year, why don't I put them all away at once? But if you're like me, I like those twinkly lights as long as there's snow on the ground. The beauty of this is also in the psychology. When we commit to something that feels doable, like just 5 things or only 5 minutes, we reduce the overwhelm. And here's what's powerful. Each small step creates a win in the brain. We call them micro wins in the Feel Light Mind and Body program. We even have an optional tracker in case you want to prove or have more evidence of the progress that you're making. We want progress here, not perfection. We want consistency in those 5 things a day, if at all possible. And when we can check off those 5 things or look at what we have ready to go out the door, there's a release of that feel-good neurotransmitter, dopamine. We have a win. We can feel proud of that. And when we have that yes signal, that's the micro win, we'll keep going. Suddenly it's not this, I need to declutter. I need to clean out this closet. I need to do this. It's simply, I did this today. I got rid of that today. And wow, that feels good. It's satisfying. And this is important because once you realize and prove to yourself that small steps make a difference, that they add up, it's going to spill out into other areas of your life. You'll feel more grounded. You'll feel more confident. You'll feel like you can trust yourself and follow through on what you're saying, and you'll begin to shift out of that all or nothing thinking. And then you might notice that you stop checking out by turning to food and scrolling, and instead you're going to check in to your body and mind, and now you're home. And who knows, what starts off as decluttering, that could have a chain reaction. Suddenly you wake up in the morning with more intention and purpose, and who knows, maybe you're going to set your alarm 15 minutes early and say, I'm going to get this checked off right now. And what my clients tell me is when they start to feel lighter in their mind and body, they automatically make better choices about what they're putting in their body, how they're treating it, when they're going to go to bed, how they want their environment to be, how they want to clean out their mind with a thought download, clean out all the corners of the brain, all of those things. So we just have to start with something. Let me offer you 2 quick mindset shifts that you can take with you today. 1, more than nothing is always a win. If all you do is fill a bag today or recycle a handful of papers, that's a win. That's one less piece of noise in your mind and space. That is one less thing your brain has to register. So you're saving some brain power. 2, your environment is your mirror. When your surroundings feel chaotic, it's often a sign that your nervous system is carrying a load. But cleaning a little space externally helps to regulate you internally. And that regulation, it helps you make better food choices, sleep more deeply, and reconnect with your values. Because let's be real, when we feel cluttered or chaotic inside, what do? We want to escape with food, escape with scrolling, zone out and check out. But when you clear even a little, you'll feel a shift. You'll start to come back to yourself and what you really want. And when you do some of this intentional work with others in a group, it's more motivating. You realize that you're not the only one. In fact, if you do click on the registration page, you'll see a 3-minute video that I started to record, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just going to show them. And so I stopped it and I went into my spare room and I recorded it there. So then I do a little 360 sweep. So you can see what I put in that room, out of sight, out of mind, and yet it's still back there. There's still that noise, that clutter in the background of my mind going, I need to get back to that. I need to do that because I put it in there with the best of intention. I'll just put that in there for now because my friend's coming over and I had started sorting these papers, but I'm just going to take them in and I'll come back to them this weekend. And then what happens? Something else comes up that's more of a priority for us. So I hope I've encouraged you and convinced you that it is doable. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't need hours. You don't have to keep saying, someday we can just start. We're going to start today. Or whenever you listen to this or watch this, join us. See if it's available and make it count. We've created a supportive online group, keeping it simple, one daily post. There'll be room in the comments if you want to take a picture of what you're getting rid of and post it in there to encourage others. If you just want to follow along and get that daily encouragement, that's okay as well. And you'll also receive a printable checklist that you can use while you're in the group and have it to carry on through the summer. Think of it as a reset for your body and mind, not just a decluttering challenge. You can find the link in the show notes, or you can go to my website, clarendasempowerment.com. There'll be a pop-up. Just sign up. You'll receive an email with all the information that you need, including the checklist, and then hop in the group and let's go. It's free, and you can sign into the group at any time from anywhere. Let's relieve some of the pressure. Let's create some breathing room. Let's keep it simple, because sometimes all you need is that small shift. And that shift then creates a bigger shift. Might be in your health, might be in your relationship, or in your life. So if you've noticed that clutter seems to make you crankier, tired, and have a greater tendency to scroll or snack, you're not imagining it. That external chaos is often a reflection of what's going on inside. And it can also feed back into more internal chaos. And as always, you know that you're welcome to share this, to pay it forward, and help other women realize that they're not alone in the clutter area. Thank you for listening or watching, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Until next week, make it a great one. Bye-bye.